The Philippine Army is actively improving its capabilities, especially regarding its own varying divisions that may come with new military hardware, in which these augments the existing military tools that are available in their arsenal prior to these shopping sprees, courtesy of the revised Armed Forces of the Philippines Modernization Program, or RAF-PMP, under the Republic Act 10349. A fellow East Asia country expressed its interest to donate its military hardware to the Philippine Army, whereby the capabilities it has can augment the ones that are currently available to the Philippine Air Force, particularly as these involve logistical platforms that are both beneficial in wartime and peacetime operations. The Japanese government has expressed interest to donate their R-1J Huey helicopters to the Philippine Army for the improvement of its Army Hiraya Aviation Regiment. The Philippine Army reported before the media last December 19, 2022, whereby they reiterated the commitments made by the Japan Ground Self-Defense Force during the Japan-Philippine-US Trilateral Key Leaders Engagement at Camp Osaka in Tokyo, Japan earlier that month. The R-1Js are the licensed copy variants of the known Bell R-1 Huey combat utility helicopters that the Philippine Air Force currently has in its inventory, known for being the primary workhorse of the air branch of the Armed Forces of the Philippines before they eventually opt for the more capable Sikorsky S-70I Black Hawk helicopters made by the Polish subsidiary PZL Mielec, of which it possessed added cargo capacity and higher engine power output than the Bell R-1 Huey. Getting R-1Js from the Japanese Ground Self-Defense Force through donation makes it viable for the Philippine Army's Aviation Hiraya Regiment in having the old R-1 Huey combat utility helicopters of the Philippine Air Force transferred, although it comes at the discretion of the latter, as the military air branch of the Philippine Armed Forces still uses the Bell Hueys for their operational use, augmenting alongside the S-70I Black Hawk helicopters, while the additional orders of 32 units are still in production. The Philippine Army sees this as an opportunity not only to improve its air aviation capabilities but also to improve the relations between the Philippines and Japan, as they see these combat utility helicopter donation as a way for them to deploy their assets in the times of natural calamities that are both common in Japan and the Philippines, as typhoons and earthquakes are a usual sight for both nations, with the donation projected to get delivered in the country in 2 to 3 years' time. As this donation may significantly provide additional boost to the Philippine Army Aviation Regiment's overall capabilities regarding its logistical chains of carrying troops and equipment both in wartime and in peacetime developments, we may provide the details regarding the license-built helicopters that Japan wishes to donate to the Philippine Army, while understanding its difference over the variant that the Philippine Air Force get in its inventory. Japan's locally made and improved variant of the Bell R-1 combat utility helicopter belonged to a family of its own type, of which includes its successor, the locally made Bell 412 helicopter, of which similar types are currently in use by the Philippine Air Force with their Canadian-made variants, along with the older R-1H helicopters that this air branch of the Armed Forces of the Philippines currently uses in their fleet. The original design for the R-1 Iroquois Huey helicopter came as a Bell 204 utility helicopter, whereby it made its first flight in 1956, of which it eventually entered service within the United States Army in 1959 in its current designation we know today, with several units sent to Vietnam a year prior, as it served as a transport platform for American advisors, particularly for dust-off medical evacuation missions.